All right, so this was kind of a big one. This was a big deal. This took a lot of time to make happen. But Forge Line came through with wheels. They came through with street wheels and race wheels. One, we had to comply to all the rules and regulations within SCTA. Two, we're gonna have some giant Brembo brakes on this thing, and it was really difficult to have all the space and make that work and accommodate for that. Three, the race wheels are 18-inch wheels. The street wheels are 20-inch wheels. And we wanted the same outer face here to be on both wheels. So meaning from the hub mounting point to the outside bead, we wanted the same between the race and the street wheel. That was really difficult to do. Between phone calls and emails back and forth to their engineering department, it took a little bit, but we're really happy. These are the street wheels. They look awesome, super excited. So with that said, let me show you the race wheel. Here is the race wheel. What we did here, or what Forge Line did here, was they took what they call their Steely wheel. So their Steely wheel is a representation of, you know, the old muscle car black steel wheels that came on them in a 15-inch fashion. But this is an 18-inch wheel, and it's aluminum, so it's bigger, and then it also accommodates our giant lug nuts we gotta have, and all the other race rules, and plenty of clearance for the big brakes. If you'll notice, we got our Mickey Thompson experimental Bonneville only use land speed tires. Not the cheapest tires around. These will set you back a little bit, but you got to have them. If you want to go 200 miles an hour or more, you have to have a tire like this. And it is quite the tire, let me tell you that. Mickey Thompson is going to be helping us out on the street tires. We don't have them yet, but we're going to have them soon. So that's what we got. We got our street tire, we got our race tire, and we're pretty excited about them. They're going to look pretty cool on the car. So now that you've seen the wheels, take note what they're sitting on. We mentioned it before, weldtables.com. That's all we use in our shop. All our benches are weld tables. Our chassis jigs are weld tables. By far the best quality and easy to work with. They got good customer support. Everything about them, we love them. American-made products. Check out Weld Tables as well. They're really a great product, and we love working with those guys.
All right.
Ready, Freddie?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a little bit further. We got our quarter window done now. What we did was we took the trim, it was actually removable, and now this window fastens to the back side of it, also fastens to the back side of the fender here, and it's all welded onto the car, into the roof skin, and into the fender, so it's all one piece now. So it's super clean. You don't see any fasteners. The reason we did that, we wanted to match the door window, because the door window doesn't have any fasteners, and you can see it really just transitions right off of it. The reason we don't have fasteners on the door window is because the door window actually goes up and down like your everyday car. Now we're doing that because we're going to drive on the road and we don't have air conditioning, so we need to be able to survive. This was a crazy amount of work. For one, the old channel was way too wide. They had this huge gasket in here that we're not going to use. So we had to cut all that out, create this new channel here for the window to actually go up and down in. And then it also will hold it structurally. One of the problems we found is that even though we are using a thicker polycarbonate window, it's still a little bit flexible. So when we get into this area, it wasn't going into the track because we have such a narrow track. So we build these little flares coming off here to just help guide it in there. Because of the chop we did, our pillars are now inboarded more on the top. So we had to rework the whole mechanism inside the door here. I'm just gonna kind of guide this a little bit. It does have the masking on it, but you can see how it's operating. And this is not the finished piece. And it is a very snug fit, as we wanted. We wanted our inside cockpit area as large as possible. You can see how close this tube is to the window. I don't have the tailgate on it right now. We're doing a bunch of work to the tailgate, but we are gonna have to redo all this channel here again, because I do want this rear tailgate glass to be able to operate, go up and down. There again, airflow if we're going down the road. So all this has to be reworked. We'll have to rework all the internals, the crank mechanism, all that. It's a lot of work. You can see we're starting to mount our fuel cell here. The fuel cells from ATL, these guys are awesome. Actually has an internal bladder inside the fuel cell. So if this car were ever to get in a wreck and it got punctured, just like an oil tanker on the ocean, it won't leak out gas. It's pretty amazing. And I love using their cells, been using them for years. We're finishing up a little bit of tube work, coming back to the very back to our anchor point for the parachute. And get this fuel cell mounted, which will end up leading into the rear end, which we don't have yet. You need a Cleco?
It's out here, but no, I don't.
Where?
So it should be towards the front of the car, I thought. Oh no, I'd take it back. They're on the other side on the roof.
No take-backs.
No back seats.
All right, we're gonna peel this back just to look. We gotta know. There's no sense fitting this window the rest of the way if it's got bubbles and discoloration in it. Well, that's where most of the heat was. Looks pretty good, nice and clear. Cool. All right, put it back on.